Steelers leading Buffalo. This is Jay Randolph along with Mike Hafner. Tom Dempsey is kicking off for Buffalo. Bringing the ball back for Pittsburgh, Larry Anderson. And Anderson getting it over the 30-yard line. Oh, we're going to see Pittsburgh operate offensively. It was a scoreless first quarter. In the second period, as you look at the offensive unit for Pittsburgh, handled by Terry Bradshaw, of course.
Franco Harris moved to number 8 on the all-time rushing list in the NFL in the first half.
Harris and Blyer in that backfield with Terry Bradshaw. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Franco busting out over the 40. The Bills held him in check in the early going, but he has rambled through the second period and now starts off this way in the third period. Ben Williams on the tackle.
Franco Harris was the force in the first half. The 2 drives by Pittsburgh for the touchdowns led by number 32, and I'll give that guy the ball any day of the week.
The first down is up at the 41-yard line as we're just underway in the second quarter, or in the second half here. Pittsburgh leading at 14-0. Harris again to the 44-yard line.
Franco Harris carries.
Harris picked up a touchdown in the first half, the 33rd of his career.
Pittsburgh offensive line, Mike Webster anchors it at the center. Jerry Mullen's been having a big day. He's opening all the holes for Franco Harris.
Pittsburgh got a 28-yard touchdown pass. Bradshaw to Stallworth, 9:05 of the second period. And then Harris scored at 3:50 of the second period from 1 yard out.
Remind the fans to watch the footing. It rained a bit here this morning, and it's a little slick.
Rocky Blyer carrying the ball across the 45 up to about the 47-yard line. Tackle made by Sherman White and Tony Green. And you've got D. Hardison in there, a youngster.
A rookie, and that's who they've been picking on with Franco Harris.
The linebackers, Croker in the middle, Nelson, a free agent, doing an excellent job. And a pretty good secondary for Buffalo.
Charles Rones was beaten for the touchdown. Really a rookie. It's his second year, but he slipped and fell when Stallworth scored.
3rd down and 2. Harris gets the call. Dropped it about midfield. I don't know if he got the first down or not. Dokes, 85, and Gillick, 51, were there to make the play.
He's short, Jay. He's short by half of the length of the ball.
You might say this game this afternoon involves Chucks. There are 2 of them. On the right, Chuck Nolan, his 10th season. On the left, Chuck Knox, 46 years old, a native of Sewickley, Pennsylvania, outside of Pittsburgh, and a man who has a great challenge here. And, of course, we've got the new Chuck rule. 5 yards is all you can make contact in off the line of scrimmage offensively.
We'll see those tight ends involved in the pass offense. We've already seen a couple plays where we've had a Chuck call past that 5-yard barrier.
Pittsburgh leading 14-0, and on 4th down and 1, Sidney Thornton in the backfield now with Franco Harris. Rocky Blyer's out of there. They're going to go. Thornton in motion. The pitch to Franco. Trying to get outside. Got the first down and lots more. Harris is all the way down to the 37-yard line. Mario Clark and Charlie Romes, the 2 cornerbacks, converging to make the play.
Everybody thought they were going up the middle, but when you've got speed at fullback, in the name of Franco Harris, you can go outside when you're in a short yardage situation. Gutsy call.
Harris now with 64 yards on 18 carries. First down for the Steelers at the 36-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. Harris again. Harris ferreting his way all the way down to the 30-yard line. Franco started the day 9th on the all-time rushing list, and as Mike Hafner has indicated to you, has moved past Floyd Little today. Bill Dokes, 85, making the tackle.
Interesting observation about Franco Harris. When he gets hot, he's like a streak hitter in baseball. When he gets a couple yards on a run and 5 or 6 on the next one, a good run on the sweep, they keep going back to him and back to him. And it's not too smart on the part of Buffalo not to ignore it.
Rocky Blyer to the 15. Blyer, who has worked his way into a starting position. Shane Nelson, 59, making the tackle. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of the telecast without the express written consent of the Buffalo Bills and the NFL is prohibited. There's Chuck Noll. In the last 6 openers, his Steelers have won 5, including 3 shutouts. Franco Harris running out of the eye, down to the 21-yard line. Harris gives you the power, he gives you the speed, and as big as he is and as fast as he is, he can cut and does it all. Ben Williams and Merv Croker.
When you get the ball 20 to 25 times in a National Football League game, you better be tough and quick or they'll bury you.
It's going to be 2nd down and 6 as we have 10 minutes and 10 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. Pittsburgh is leading at 14-0. That's Lynn Swan at the top of the screen, and this is Blyer again getting the call. Well, that's the kind of defense that Buffalo played in the first period to hold Pittsburgh scoreless. Ben Williams and D. Hardison, 77 and 74, the right end and right tackle coming up to make the play. The Bills were 0-4 in preseason. Pittsburgh 2-2. Pittsburgh losing last week 16-13 at Dallas. And the Bills went down 30-27 at Minnesota. It is 3rd down and 6 from the 21.
Situation for Terry Bradshaw.
They're blitzing. Bradshaw gets away and throws, and it is incomplete. There's a penalty marker down. John Stallworth was the intended receiver. They had the blitz coming. Offensive pass interference.
Stallworth shoved a little bit when he tried to jump up in the end zone. Stallworth's beaten Romes already for 1 touchdown pass. Charles isn't going to let it happen this time.
Looked like he might have double chucked there. You know, we have this double chuck rule, and we'll talk about it throughout the afternoon. 5 yards off the offensive line of scrimmage, you cannot do any chucking or make contact with a pass receiver. Fred Silva, the referee, talking it over with his crew. And we have an extra official this year also. I'm sure you all are aware of that if you follow the NFL. The side judge has been added. 7 officials this season.
And that side judge, it's his responsibility to call that play right there.
82, offense, pass interference. 3rd down.
There's one, Chuck. Now, was he past the 5 yards when he hit him here? Yes, he was. Well,
not enough contact, though, I don't think, Jay.
Probably not. Prevent defense for the Bills. Gillett and Croker are out. Lucius Sanford, a rookie linebacker, and Keith Moody, an extra defensive back, are in. And the pass is incomplete at the 5-yard line. Swan and Stallworth were both crossing right there. Charlie Romes and Tony Green coverage for the Bills.
Not a wise choice by Terry Bradshaw. Again, he's throwing it over the middle into a crowd. He did have some pressure. Stallworth makes some athletic-type catches, but not in front of Tony Green, the All-Pro and captain of the Buffalo defense.
30-year-old Roy Jarrella is on to attempt the field goal. The rookie, Craig Colquitt from Tennessee, who does the punting this year, replacing Bobby Walden, will hold. It will be a 49-yard attempt.
Jarrella's back with a healthy leg now, Jay, and they say he's booming them.
Well, he didn't boom this one. It is way short. And it will give the Buffalo Bills excellent field position. We have 9:03 left to play. 3rd quarter here at Rich Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. 14-0 Pittsburgh. There's one of the ageless wonders in the NFL.
I'll tell you, it was my quarterback when I was a rookie, Jay, so you know how long he's been around.
He and Chuck Knox have been friends for a long time. Munson looked very good last week against Minnesota.
2 touchdown passes.
It is Ferguson quarterbacking here on 1st and 10 from the 31. And the handoff going to the #1 draft pick, Terry Miller, out of Oklahoma State. He was stopped on the play by Dwight White, 78.
Joe DeLamielleure, number 68 for Buffalo, the offensive guard. Right over the top of Joe Green. He's trapping on L.C. Greenwood, 68, to open the hole with Jim Braxton leading. But look who slips in there. Dwight White. Quick defensive lineman for the Steelers.
The Bills are using Larry Walton, picked up this week, and Len Willis to carry the plays in. Walton, 49, is in there now with Frank Lewis, the former Steeler. 82 is the wide receiver. And that is Terry Miller.
Okay.
Some people say he's quicker getting through a hole than the Juice. You probably have to prove that here, but he had a very, very good opening series here today in the first half. Donnie Shell on the tackle, number 31, the strong safety. Help from Jack Ham, number 59. Miller now on the afternoon has carried the ball for 42 yards in 15 carries.
He's got a tough job filling the Juice's shoes, but he'll make them remember Terry Miller too.
Braxton in the backfield, number 34, with Terry Miller. Miller getting the call and very close to the first down. I think he's got it at the 42-yard line. Dwight White, number 78, made the stop. This is the first time these two teams have ever met each other in an opener. There's Chuck Knox, 46 years old, a new challenge to build a team here, talking it over with Munson. He's armed with a long-term contract. Some say it's 6 years.
David Mays, also the backup quarterback, number 10, that they picked up on waivers.
Chuck's put on a little weight. The food up here must be good.
They do have good food in Buffalo.
First and 10 from the 43-yard line. Ferguson going to put it up. Has time. Throws. Man open and couldn't get it to Larry Walton.
Right down.
Penalty marker down back at the 31-yard line. It might be holding.
Right down.
There is Chuck Noll in his 10th season as the officials talk it over now. The referee is Fred Silva. The umpire, Ralph Moorcroft. The head linesman, Norm Cragsett. The line judge, Jack Johnson. The back judge, Jim Kearney. The side judge, Bob Rice. Charlie Musser's the field judge. Coming up next, of course, we've got a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game for you right here on NBC this afternoon. The Raiders and the Broncos, Mile High Stadium, your hometown.
Oh, that's going to be a war. The Orange Bronco Maniacs.
Holding is charged. First down, 20. Ferguson, again, lots of time, goes to his tight end, penalty marker down. Reuben Gant made the catch at the 40-yard line. Jack Ham, number 59 on the tackle. Help from Ron Johnson, number 29, the cornerback.
Reuben Gant wide open, Jane. We've talked about the Chuck rule all day. The one who benefits most, the tight end. Two linebackers used to get in there and chuck him and chuck him and chuck him to keep him out of the pass pattern. Now you can only hit him once. You saw how wide open Gant was.
They're talking it over with Joe Green and with Jack Lambert. They're going to bring it back. The primary indication here from our referee was offensive pass interference, and we will have it explained for you when they set the ball.
Very nicely, though.
Well, it's first down and 30 now, back at the 22. Joe Ferguson, who was an All-American in Arkansas, at quarterback. In trouble. Down he goes at the 14-yard line. Dwight White, number 78, there to make the tackle. Big Dwight out of East Texas State. Boy, he's a consistent, durable performer. He's been sacked now, Ferguson has 3 times for a total of 27 yards.
He had time that time. 3.5 to 4 seconds is plenty of time to throw the football. Couldn't find a receiver open, though, and that was the reason for the sack.
6.5 to play in the third quarter. 14-0 Steelers. Terry Miller getting it, cutting it up the middle, out to the 25-yard line. Nice job as Jack Ham pulled him down.
When you got 38 yards to go to a first down, you play a lot of prevent. Only a 3-man rush by the Steelers, and that's what gave Terry Miller the little crack in the line to slip through. And at 195 pounds, he runs inside real well. Terry Miller's going to be a star, Jake.
The Bills have Ken Jones back in at left tackle. He takes over there for the retired Dave Foley, of course. 3rd and 20. Let's call it 3rd and 25. Miller gets nowhere. Joe Green on top of him. Saw Dwight White having a word there with 73, Ken Jones.
Again, 3rd and long, the three-man line, three-man rush. And, of course, they're going to pick up a couple yards, except Mean Joe Green slips in there and proves why he's been all-pro for a while.
That is Rusty Jackson, a free agent who was with Chuck Knox at Los Angeles, did not play last year. 76, he had a punting average of 39 yards. Rudershan and Bell are back to receive the punt. Nice one. A good punt. And this is T. Bell at the 25, at the 30. Outside. He gets to the 34-yard line. Mike Brankowiak ran him out of bounds.
Rusty Jackson were both Los Angeles Rams under Chuck Knox. Knox cut them both in 1976, both out of the game for a year, now back with Chuck in Buffalo.
Well, you like to have some old friends around. Penalty will be stepped off against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Tell us, Fred
53, Pittsburgh. Unnecessary roughness on run back. First down.
A 15-yarder. We won't see many of those this year, Jay.
No, they've reduced the 15-yard penalty for just about everything, except, of course, the personal fouls, trying to cut down on the flagrant foul. We'll be back with more from Rich Stadium with the Steelers leading it 14-0. With Mike Hafner, this is Jay Randolph at Rich Stadium, Orchard Park, New York. Hope you're enjoying National Football League action with us wherever you are this afternoon. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line for the Steelers. Bradshaw putting it up, and Franco Harris is there out to the 25 to the 27-yard line. Bill Dokes made the tackle. A very effective play to throw to that back out of there, and it's a pretty safe percentage shot, too, on first down if you want to go that way.
When you're backed up against your own goal line, you want to throw the football. You want to get everybody deep, then slip the back out of the backfield so that you don't have a linebacker sneaking in to pick one off, because he'll score if he gets it. Nice call by Bradshaw. Nice game.
They're permitting the extended arms and open hands with the pass blocking this year.
You don't think those offensive linemen are smiling?
Rocky Blyer. Looks like he got the first down. Hardison, Dokes, and Williams, 74, 85, and 77. Up front for the Bills making the tackle. Rocky Blyer, have to give this man a lot of credit, of course. He Bronze Star and a Purple Heart in Vietnam, and he's battled his way into a starting spot for these Steelers.
Franco Harris loves him. When you get a running back like that that can block for you and open holes, it's going to keep Rocky around for a long time.
1st and 10 from the 30. Going to the far side, intercepted. Tony Green. Green took it in front of Lynn Swan.
Stepped out of bounds after he intercepted it, Jay.
Tony Green comes up with his 34th career interception. What a performer he is. The Bills will have the football.
Can't outfox him. Can't outfox him. He knows where they're going.
It's 14-0, and we'll be back here right after these messages. Chuck Knox has a lot of Pittsburgh connections, and he went to college at Juniata. Chuck Noll, 10th season, trying to make the playoffs for the 7th straight year with his Steelers.
I'd like to have half the wins those two combined have. Holy cow.
1st and 10 from the 46-yard line for Buffalo. Willis, 86, and Lewis, 82, the wide receivers. Braxton and Miller behind Ferguson. Ferguson on first down, throwing to Braxton. Braxton down to the 45-yard line. Into Pittsburgh territory. Jack Ham, 59, the linebacker on the left side, making the tackle.
Joe Ferguson, excellent at throwing the short pass, picking up the back out of the backfield, the short hook. This time he drills Braxton square between the 3 and the 4. Interesting play. As you mentioned earlier, Jay, it's very safe. It's like a running play. Van Tarkenen made that one famous.
Ball at the 46-yard line. We'll call it now 2nd down, 2. Miller in trouble. I don't think he got there. He might have slithered through. The pile's so big you couldn't tell. Up front there is Joe Green. And here is a third quarter score as Atlanta has a 14-7 lead over Houston in that one.
Block punt put Atlanta ahead.
Quite a surprise. Marv Levy's Kansas City Chiefs.
Cincinnati without Kenny Anderson. That's going to be tough.
And the Jets are doing a job on Miami.
How about that Richard Todd? Without Greasy, Miami, the little mental problems, I'm sure.
It is third down. And about 1.5. And it is Braxton who pulls through to get it. Jimmy Braxton.
He looks to be short, Jay.
Green Bay Packers looking very sharp in the early going.
A couple of Chester Markle field goals.
Los Angeles and Philadelphia doing battle in Philadelphia today.
Frank Farrell, a pair of field goals for the Rams.
There's the Cleveland-San Francisco score, 14-7 third quarter.
Greg Pruitt and Ozzie Newsome. Watch that young man at tight end.
There's the measurement for the first down, and the Buffalo Club has it. You see Willis coming into the lineup. Willis and Walton. Now they don't have it. They do not have it. They are just about a foot short. It's going to be fourth and a foot, and they're going to go.
You give it to Jim Braxton here, the big guy, the big truck. Even if there's not a hole, he can make it.
Double tight ends, Gaff 88 and Frank Kowiak 84 in there. Braxton. I don't know if he got it or not.
I think he's short, Jay.
We'll wait till they unpile. 68 L.C. Greenwood is right there. We'll let you look at it again. You be the judge.
L.C. Greenwood, 68, broke down the blocking up in that short yardage bit in the front line.
Great job by Jack Lambert.
Jack Lambert up over the top. The main man for the Pittsburgh defense. He's the guy that stopped it. Oh, Jack Lambert. How would you like to have that guy for middle linebacker on your club?
Ooh. And the ball will go over to the Steelers. The steel curtain holds up. We have 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter. And here at Rich Stadium, the Pittsburgh Steelers will get the football, leading 14-0. Here's one of the reasons the 3-4 is in vogue, but not with Pittsburgh.
When you got a middle linebacker named Jack Lambert, you don't need to play the 3-4. He plays like about 3 or 4 linebackers there in the middle. That's the reason Pittsburgh's still with a 4-3. I don't blame him.
The Steelers hurting a little bit at linebacker because Lauren Taves is out of there with a sprained ankle. And the Steelers also are hoping to get Jimmy Smith back pretty soon. He had a broken ankle. They expect him back in 2 to 3 weeks. On 1st and 10. The handoff going to Franco Harris again. And Shane Nelson, 59, the free agent linebacker, making the stop on Franco. The gain up over the 45 to the 47-yard line, where it'll be second down and let's call it about 8.
Here we are in the 5th game of the season, the first regular season game, 4 preseason games, and Franco looks like he didn't lose a step from last season.
The new 16-game regular season. Another innovation this year. On 2nd and 8, Franco Harris to midfield. Sherman White, 83, is there on the play. Bill Dokes along with 51, Dan Gillick. Gillick playing the right side linebacker spot. The Bills have Williams, Hardison, Dokes, and White up front. Now Lucius Sanford, the rookie, is in at right linebacker, number 57. Gillick has come off. 79 yards for Harris on 22 carries.
It's a big afternoon, 22 carries already, and we still got another quarter to go.
3rd down and 6. Terry Bradshaw in a rush. Gets it away, and it is complete to Benny Cunningham, the tight end. Cunningham run out of bounds over there at about the 33. You're going to see more and more of that. Bill Dokes and Ben Williams were really rushing at Bradshaw, but he stayed cool here.
Again, a reminder, that tight end, they can't hold him up anymore, and look how wide open Benny Cunningham was. I'm sure Terry Bradshaw is going to be thrown to that number 89 a lot this year, Jake.
That was Doug Jones, number 24, there on the tackle. It is a first down for the Steelers. The ball down at the 33-yard line. Benny Cunningham out of Clemson.
Tight end will be a force in the offense on every team in the NFL this year.
Cunningham had a 17-yard average per catch last year. The gun sounded just before the snap. And we're through 3 periods of play. The Steelers have a 14-0 lead as we get set to go to the 4th period. 0-2-1-1-8. First and 10 at the 33-yard line for the Steelers. Franco Harris cracking inside the 30.
Harris carry. Step by Nelson and White.
Sherman White, 83. Shane Nelson, 59, there to make the play. Number 1 draft choice in 72, Franco Harris. This defensive unit for Buffalo played pretty well today. Many people say they have more holes in it than the Watergate cover-up, but you have to give them some credit. They've looked pretty sharp out here today, especially in the first period and the 3rd period.
They're running at the youngsters in the middle, Hardison and Dokes. Been successful.
2nd and 6. It goes to Benny Cunningham again, and he was all alone. Penalty marker goes down at the 5-yard line.
Again, a graphic example of that tight end not being held up on the line. And you saw how wide open he is.
They're opening up the offense with this new Chuck rule.
Oh, there wasn't anybody for 15 yards when Cunningham caught the ball. Tony Green's got a hold of him, but that big guy.
Face masking will be called there.
A little unnecessary roughness, too. Oh, Benny not very happy.
I don't blame him. Let's listen.
Defense, number 89, unnecessary roughness. First down.
Watch again, Jay. He just tries to bash him in the face with the forearm. No, that's no good. And the referee right on top of the play.
It was Doug Jones, number 24. Oh, it is first and goal to go. 2-yard line.
Franco.
No, that is Sidney Thornton. And Thornton, number 2 draft choice in 77. He played in 13 games last year. Thornton seeing some action, looking very good.
They fooled me just like they fooled the Buffalo defense. You figure they got to give it to Franco down there. But no, Thornton built like a little fire plug. You better get low on 38, or he'll jack you right into the end zone.
Oh,
Harris, nice block to lead on middle linebacker Croker.
He's tough to bring down.
Oh.
Girella will try the point after. Craig Colquitt will hold. And the crowd beginning to yell as Munson takes off his jacket down below it. The extra point is up and it's good, and it looks like we might be seeing Bill Munson come into this game for Buffalo. We've got 14 minutes and 12 seconds to play. We're in the 4th period. And the Pittsburgh Steelers have a 3-touchdown lead as they're shutting out Buffalo. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
This is 11 Alive, WIC TV Pittsburgh.
3 long drives for the Steelers this afternoon for their scores.
Safe, conservative offense this early in the season. Of course, that head coach is conservative a lot.
Girella will kick off. Keith Moody is deep with Hooks and Curtis Brown. It is Keith Moody at the 15. Up the sideline at the 25, 30. Step through at the 35 and out of bounds at the 41-yard line. The wall just kind of fell down over there. It looked like dominoes being cracked down in the line. Wentford Gaines, number 36, making the tackle, and here's a cheer for Bill Munson.
On that kickoff, that ball hung up there, Jay, and so all of the coverage by Pittsburgh got way down deep, and Moody got outside of him and almost broke it.
35-yard return.
37-year-old Bill Munson, his 15th season in the NFL. First and 10 at the 42-yard line. Munt's going to put it up on first down. Out to Terry Miller. Miller all the way down to the 40-yard line, and they're loving it here.
tackle. Terry Miller is a leading pass receiver in preseason. And this is what a 15-year veteran can do. He picks up that secondary receiver. All of his long receivers covered. And Terry Miller is going to be a force on the other end of the pass. He's got the moves. You've got to get the ball to that young man. He can do a lot of things.
Munson looked very good in the last preseason game against Minnesota. Threw 2 touchdown passes last week.
Knox brought him in to back up Ferguson. Worried about Ferguson's knee, and Munson can do it.
Dennis Johnson in there now. Johnson, a rookie, a number 3 draft choice from Mississippi State. A young man who rushed for more than 2,200 yards in a wishbone offense. Ron Johnson, the rookie, number 29, playing the corner, making the stop. Jay Randolph along with Mike Hafner here at Rich Stadium. We have a 21-0 score on the board with 12 minutes and 45 seconds left to play in the 4th period. 21-0 Pittsburgh. Lou Picone, 89. Len Willis, 86. The wide receivers now for the Bills. Terry Miller and Dennis Johnson in that backfield with Bill Munson.
Bills must move on this drive.
And the pass thrown a little bit too far for Picone to get to. Picone caught those 2 touchdown passes against Minnesota from Munson. And some people say saved his job. Picone out of little West Liberty State down in West Virginia.
Doesn't hurt when you catch 2 touchdown passes when you're trailing to bring the club back. That'll keep you your job.
Let us remind you, and I know you're looking forward to it. We are. Oakland and Denver, the rematch of the AFC Championship game. Sellout crowd, Mile High Stadium this afternoon in Denver. All coming your way next on NBC.
The Black Raiders against the Orange Crush. Ooh, exciting.
3rd and 9. Big play here for Buffalo. Munson. And we've got a penalty marker down. The pass was intended for Picone. Was it offensive pass interference or defensive pass interference? Mel Blount on the coverage.
We have to wait this year. If, in fact, the defensive back has position, I think Picone used him to make the break outside, but we're going to have to wait and see. No, it's against the Steelers.
It is against the Steelers. Mel Blount, the 9-year veteran who plays the right corner.
Can't touch him after 5 yards, Jay, and he bumped him. They'll catch him.
Defense, 47. Illegal chuck. First down.
And the first down at the 34-yard line.
Again, a quick explanation. You cannot hit the receiver after he has gone 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. That was the call against Mel Blount, former Defensive Player of the Year in the AFC.
Willis, 86. Lewis, 82, the wide receivers. Munson has time, throws it out, and this is Dennis Johnson at the 30, down to the 25-yard line. Well, Johnson at 6'3" and 220 is a big back, and you saw him run well before Blount made the stop.
An interesting observation on a veteran quarterback. Not one single running back caught a pass in the first half for Buffalo. Bill Munson comes in. We got one to Terry Miller and this one to Dennis Johnson. You see what a veteran quarterback can pick out.
Well, Ferguson has played for 6 years, so you have to wonder. 11 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in this game. And the Buffalo Bills on the move, down 21-0.
The first drive of the day.
Terry Miller carrying the ball. Mike Wagner, number 23, the free safety, making the tackle at the 22-yard line, a first down.
Miller runs a 9.400. Lyle Alzado of the Denver Broncos told me he gets to the hole quicker than any back he has ever seen. And that's quite a statement for a rookie out of Oklahoma State.
Clock is running as we have 11 minutes left to play in this game. Lewis going wide to right, a former Steeler receiver, now here with the Bills. Munson had to get rid of it. He was trying to dump it off to Terry Miller, the secondary receiver. It looked like he was going for Len Willis if he could get clear, but good coverage for Pittsburgh. Stops the clock with 10:45 to play. If you're joining us late, we are in the fourth period here at Rich Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. It is 21-0 Pittsburgh. Again, the score is 21-0. There we go, Pittsburgh. Second down and 10 at the 22-yard line. Larry Walton, 49, in at a wide receiver spot now. Munson going, and it is complete. Touchdown to Frank Lewis, the former Steeler, and the Bills have their first score of the season.
You think he loves that, Jay? He gets traded from the Steelers to the Bills. He's running against his old partner, Mel Blount, and Mr. Lewis gets even for the trade. Oh, I know how good he feels.
What a remarkably fine throw from Munson.
Bill's first touchdown under Mr. Chuck Knox. Here we look again. The veteran lays it up because he knows he's got him beat by 5 yards. What a perfect throw. Oh, Billy Munson.
Tom Dempsey will attempt the extra point. And you'll see Bob Chandler in there to hold. Chandler not playing because of an injured knee. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Bills have battled back into it. We still have 10 minutes and 40 seconds to play here. It's 21-7 Pittsburgh. Coming up next, we've got NFL 78 for you. And there are a lot of upsets in the making this afternoon on this opening day of the 59th NFL season. Dempsey, a low liner. Anderson coming back. Larry Anderson steps outside, but is hit on a fine play by Mario Salato. Salato, a rookie, picked back up this week after he had been put on waivers, makes a fine play. We're talking about NFL 78 coming up, talking about the upsets. We may also have an opportunity to take you down to Shea Stadium where the Jets are doing a job on Miami.
Let's take a look at that final touchdown. Munson's so cool. He almost got knocked down. Now, when you get the receiver wide open, don't throw it away. And the old 15-year veteran laid it right on Frank Lewis's numbers.
Oh, crowd of more than 60,000 now rooting for the Buffalo defense. Franco Harris stepping over the 25 to the 27. Harris met by Merv Croker, 52, Dee Hardison, 74, and Phil Dokes, 85. With 13:08 to play, third quarter, as you look at Chuck Noll, 14-14, Houston and Atlanta.
Richard Castor, a touchdown pass, the former New York tight end.
Kansas City is leading Cincinnati 24-9. They're in the third quarter, and that's a surprise.
No Kenny Anderson for the Bengals.
It is second down and 6 at the 28. Bradshaw with Sidney Thornton and Franco Harris behind him. This is Thornton, and he is stopped at the 30. Leading away, Phil Dokes, 85, and Dee Hardison, 74. Sherman White, 83, also there.
Again, the two youngsters inside. 74, Dee Hardison, the rookie. Phil Dokes, the second-year man, 85. Excellent pursuit by both of them. You'll see they're right in there along with Sherman White, 83, for the Bills. A good job.
The Jets in the third period, 27-13 over Miami.
Richard Todd's having a big day for the Jets.
21-7, the Steelers leading, 3rd and 3. And they stop. Sidney Thornton. It was Shane Nelson. He's way short. And that means that the Bills are going to get this football back, and they're loving it here.
What a pickup Shane Nelson is, number 59 for Buffalo. A free agent last year. He started every game for the Bills since he's been here. Love to see those free agents make it.
Punting situation, the rookie, Craig Colquitt from Tennessee, number 2 in the nation last year in college, the 45-yard average punting. Keith Moody is back at the 27, up over the 30. In real trouble now, trying to come back, and he can't do it. And he is hit and brought down back at the 15-yard line, and it was Ted Peterson, number 66, who made the play. And a big play it was, and Moody's upset. Buffalo gets the football down 21-7. We'll be back. The two Chucks. Chuck Knox. Got a lot of people excited here in Buffalo. A new coach, Chuck Noll, his club. Not easy to come in here and play a newly put together team. A 44-yard punt a moment ago. First down and 10 with Munson at quarterback for the Bills. Dennis Johnson cutting it back up. Breaks through at the 25. Outside to the 30. The 35. The 40. The 45-yard line. Mel Blunt, number 47, ran him out. A great block by Len Willis, 86. We're going to show it to you.
I love it when wide receivers make blocks. Dennis Johnson, the rookie, and when you judge a running back in the National Football League, you judge him on his cutbacks, and that's what makes the run. He cuts away from Jack Lambert into that secondary. That's what sprung him. That and a great block by the wide receiver. Oh, I love you, Len Willis. You can block for me any day at wide receiver.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line. The Bills ignited under Munson here. Munson throwing to Miller. Miller at the 30. He's at the 20. Down to the 11-yard line. Oh, can Miller move with the ball?
No, has Billy Munson gotten him fired up? You want to get a running back with that kind of speed isolated on the linebacker. Robin Cole couldn't handle him for Pittsburgh, and Mr. Miller, 40, wide open. And if he wouldn't have tripped, Jay, right there, to see where Cole just catches him, he'd have gone all the way in the end zone.
And I see down below us the lone figure of Joe Ferguson at the 40-yard line, wondering why he couldn't do this. First and 10 at the 11-yard line. Activity at the line of scrimmage. Looked like McKenzie and Devlin stepped up for the Bills. St. Louis and Chicago now are 3-3 in their game in the second period. That game at Chicago.
Battle of field goal kickers.
Later today, you're going to see Oakland at Denver. Mile High Stadium sold out. Let's listen.
Illegal procedure, offense, 61. First down.
Fans, don't miss that Denver-Oakland game. The silver and black and the orange going to be after it.
Chuck Noll a little disturbed at the change of events here. Willie Parker was the man the violation was called on the center. And it is first and 15 out at the 16-yard line. Out of the I formation. Munson, lots of time, throwing, and it is incomplete. He was going for Frank Lewis, and Lewis was covered, and covered very well by the rookie Ron Johnson.
Very smart throw by Billy Munson, though, Jay. Frank Lewis is a vertical jump like a basketball player. And he threw it up there. He knew that if he missed the pass, it would go through the end zone, but there was a chance Frank Lewis could have caught it.
Green Bay leading Detroit 13-7, 2:10 to play in the third quarter.
One of the mild upsets we talked about today.
Munson has come in, and he has completed 4 out of 7 for 92 yards.
That's production.
Second down and 15. Munson throwing again, and it is almost intercepted. Going to Frank Lewis again on that throw-up, and Mel Blunt was back there.
You only fooled Mel Blunt once. I mentioned he was the AFC Defensive Player of the Year a couple years ago. He got burned by Frank Lewis on that long pass earlier for the touchdown. This time you don't fool him.
Clock is stopped with 7:03 to play. It was a scoreless first period. Pittsburgh got 2 touchdowns in the second period.
Franco Harris got cranked up.
And we are now in this fourth period 21-7 as Munson has come on to look very sharp in igniting these Buffalo Bills of Chuck Knox. There are the Buffalo Jills.
The ladies to grace us.
All right, third and 15 at the 16-yard line.
Big play, Jay.
Tony Dungy, 21, in for the Steelers as they go to a prevent defense here. Munson throwing, and it is incomplete. Again, he was going for Frank Lewis. The coverage on the play, back in the corner by Mel Blunt. Bill Munson This is Jay Randolph, and I'm working with former Denver Bronco receiver, Mr. Mike Hafner. We hope you're enjoying it. It's been a good football game, and they're giving Munson a standing O.
And he deserves it. What a great 2 series he put together, Jay.
Tom Dempsey has come on to attempt the field goal. As you see Munson talk things over with his old friend Chuck Knox.
They are definitely friends, too.
Dempsey, the 10-year veteran. Bob Chandler will hold. The kick will come from the 22-yard line. It is a 32-yarder. And it goes through.
Hit the goalpost.
Bounced through, and that makes it now 21-10. So quite a comeback for these Buffalo Bills, and we still have 6 minutes and 54 seconds to play. Come back with us. Tom Dempsey, who almost wasn't here for today's game, kind of bounces this one through. Banks it off the right upright.
They all look like they go straight through on the scoreboard.
Dempsey kicks off a low line drive. Larry Anderson. Anderson at the 20. Out to the 27-yard line. Number 56, Tom Ellers. 4-year man from Kentucky there to make the play. Well, you see the Bills scoring drive. And we can tell you now that Atlanta has a 17-14 lead over Houston in the third period. Pat Lay's kicked a field goal for New York. It's 30-13 with 14:50 to play in the fourth period. The Jets over Miami.
And that one's not a mild upset, Jay.
Bradshaw, quarterback, 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Sidney Thornton comes out of there and gets a first down at the 38-yard line. Merv Croker, the middle linebacker, 52, finally brought him down. We've seen Sidney Thornton for the Steelers, and for the Buffalo Bills, Dennis Johnson, 2 pretty good-looking performers. As we remind you, NFL 78 will be coming up right after this. We'll bring you up to date on what has been happening today in pro football and get you all set for that big one coming up between Oakland and Denver.
And the fans will be surprised at some of those scores on the scoreboard from NFL 78. Steelers need to control the ball on the ground, Jay. They don't want to give it back to that fired-up Buffalo offense.
They're calling on Sidney Thornton again. And a good job is done by Lucius Sanford, the rookie linebacker from Georgia Tech. The Bills have high hopes for Lucius, number 4 draft pick.
Chuck Knox said he looks a little bit like Tom Jackson of the Denver Broncos. Great quickness and speed to the outside. You can see, you saw him trailing just at the back corner of your screen. He catches up with the running back and shoves him out of bounds. That's quick.
He'll knock your socks off if you let him.
Ooh, he's tough. He's going to be the starter pretty soon. Gillick's in for a tough battle at that spot.
$64,147 paid here at Rich Stadium today. The stadium seats 80,000. And a lot of people, I think, will be coming back. They've enjoyed these young Bills of Chuck Knox. They really have.
They'll tell their friends. They'll get 85 here a couple times.
On 2nd and 10, Harris is in trouble. Down at the 42-yard line. Shane Nelson and Lucius Sanford, the 2 linebackers on the outside, converging to make the play. I want to say this about these Pittsburgh Steelers. They've made some subtle changes, and certainly they look very, very good.
You got Franco Harris in the backfield. You're going to be a contender no matter what happens. And he's been the force today. He was in there in all the drives that resulted in the 21 points for the Steelers. 30 carries today.
Sam Davis and Rocky Bly are the only players on the field pre-Chuck Knox, or Chuck No. 3rd and 7. Penalty markers are down. Bradshaw throws to Franco Harris. He's got it at the 47-yard line and down to the 45. Hit by Lucius Sanford. But we'll have to check the penalty action out.
Ed Silva, the referee, pointing at Buffalo.
Offside, I think. Sherman White, 83, the co-captain of the defense, may have jumped a bit early.
Defense, number 83, offside, refused. First down.
First down. 4 minutes and 17 seconds remaining to be played. Next week, the Buffalo Club will go against the New York Jets right here. That is a late start, a 4 o'clock game. The Jets playing Miami and beating them today, as we told you. Pittsburgh Steelers meet Seattle Seahawks at Three Rivers down in Pittsburgh. A lot of Pittsburgh fans up here today. First and 10 as the pitch comes to Franco Harris. He's at the 45, to the 43, to the 42. Lucius Sanford is there again for the Bills. Sherman White, 83 also. Sanford, number 57, has been bothered by a bruised shoulder. They really think he's going to be a great one. Number 4 draft choice.
Quickness at the outside linebacker is all important. You've got to be able to get out there and stop that outside running play, and look at how quickly he gets to Franco Harris. That young man, 57, is going to play some football in this league.
The Bills defense missing Mike Kadish, who is not at liberty because he doesn't want to play under his contract term. He has filed a grievance, we have heard today, with the National Football Association, and it'll be very interesting to see what happens with that story. Franco Harris to the 40-yard line, picked up about a yard. Merv Croker, the first man to hit him. Dee Hardison, the young rookie, number 74 for the Bills, who's looked good today at that right tackle spot, also there.
What a job Chuck Knox has done with this Buffalo defense. The youth on that defense is amazing, and as well as they have contained an outstanding Pittsburgh offense today, I give Chuck Knox tons of credit.
Many people may remember that he was the man that built the offensive line that protected a man named Joe Willie Namath, who you're going to see on NBC this fall.
He kept him in the league for 12 years.
Theo Bell, 83, is in the lineup now for Pittsburgh. On 3rd and 4, the throw is to the tight end, Benny Cunningham again. Well, when he's had to today, Bradshaw's gone to Cunningham. Croker and Jones make the tackle. First down.
Really a change for Terry Bradshaw. He hasn't been the type of quarterback that would throw to the tight end. But with this new Chuck rule, again, I told you they can't hold up that tight end. Look at how open Cunningham is. We're going to see that in the NFL all year. Tight end wide open. A couple pretty good ones coming up in that Bronco-Oakland game, huh?
Oh, boy. I'll tell you.
Odoms and Casper, goodness sakes.
First down at the 13-yard line. 2 minutes and 48 seconds to play in this game. 21-10, Pittsburgh. The pass complete at the 10-yard line. Coming over to Lynn Swan. Doug Jones, the strong safety, made the tackle immediately on the play. Bradshaw, did you see him in Hooper?
I saw him.
Oh, it was some fight.
Terry the actor.
Terry now has completed 13 out of 18 for 202 yards. Pretty good day.
That's the kind of afternoon Chuck Noll wants out of him, and he got it. And Franco Harris held up the other end with the running. And that's what makes the Steelers awesome on offense. They just keep coming at you.
He had his left wrist injured much of last season, of course. 2-minute warning being given. The benches get the word, and we'll give the word to you. We have a minute and 20 seconds of playing time remaining. And we'll be back. 21-10, Pittsburgh. 120 seconds left to play, not 1 minute and 20 seconds. I think I said when we went away. There's the score, 21-10. Pittsburgh leading it and driving. They have the ball at the 10-yard line. 2nd down and 7 coming for them. This is Jay Randolph along with Mike Hafner. Hope you've enjoyed it.
What an impressive day for the Pittsburgh offense and the team as a whole. Very workman-like job, and Buffalo, I'm surprised. They're going to beat some people, Jay.
I think a lot of people are surprised at this Buffalo club this afternoon. Activity at the line of scrimmage and illegal procedure against Pittsburgh.
Which lineman picked up his hand before the snap? We'll find out from Fred Silver.
Ball start, illegal procedure, 12.
Oh, Terry forgot the
Bradshaw.
snapshot. Terry, you called it on 2, not on 1.
The new official this year, the side judge, Mike, he really helps alleviate what was kind of a blind spot for the officials.
The tight ends were complaining about being held all the time. That new side judge will watch him closely.
Second down and 12 out at the 15-yard line. Bradshaw throwing and in for the touchdown. Theo Bell. Charlie Romes was beaten badly on the play.
First touchdown ever for Theo Bell. Heard all last year.
Foot injury kept him out all of last season. T. Bell out of Arizona.
Oh, Terry Bradshaw loves to see this. Watch how he comes open. Again, no bump and run down on the goal line. They can't hold him up. He had all the room in the world. T. Bell put an inside move on him. Terry drilled it.
Terry likes that. Look at him. He says, oh, this is going to be fun.
Oh, I can make another movie next offseason.
At the 10-yard line, the holder is Craig Colquitt, the new rookie. Roy Girella puts it up, and it is good. Oh, we've got timeout here with 1 minute and 56 seconds to play. And the Steelers have a 28-10 advantage as they've come back and scored here late and looked very good doing it. Jay Randolph, Mike Hafner with you at Rich Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Roy Girella, the Canadian who went to school at New Mexico State. Had that injury all of last year. Back to good health now. Keith Moody, the deep man, set there with Hooks and Brown, set to receive. Keith Moody at the 10, 20, 25, getting it up to the 30-yard line. And Tony Dungy, number 21, is there to make the play. There's Dungy.
Great special teams man, and what a versatile player, Jay. You watch 21 as he comes down to make the tackle. He is one of the only players in the National Football League history to play in a game, intercept the pass, and then have to go in at quarterback and throw one. That makes it tough, huh?
Another long scoring drive for the Steelers.
What a machine on offense. When they get it cranked up, oh.
Miller 40 and Johnson 39 in the backfield with Bill Munson. Munson getting it out to Terry Miller at 35. The number 1 draft choice fights his way to about the 38 or 39-yard line. Mike Wagner, the free safety, 23, was there, along with Robin Cole, 56, the linebacker on the right side. Steelers were worried about their linebacking problems if they had any injuries today, but things have worked out for them in that department. Second down and 2. Munson throwing, incomplete, and there's a penalty marker down. Pass was intended for Miller. The coverage by Ron Johnson, the rookie, number 1 draft choice. He was the 22nd player drafted.
You mentioned those Pittsburgh linebackers. Of course, with Jack Ham and Jack Lambert, you're not hurting. But Robin Cole had to jump in there for Lauren Taves, who hurt an ankle, and he's done an excellent job today. They didn't get to pick on Robin at all.
Penalty going against Buffalo.
Offense, number 70, holding.
Joe Devlin at right tackle, charged with the infraction. You folks in the Pennsylvania area will remember Joe is from Malvern, PA.
Bills are very, very happy with that side of the line. Of course, Joe D, he ain't too bad at guard. Devlin, an outstanding tackle.
A lot of folks in Pittsburgh got to be turned on by the way the Pirates are playing. They started the day only 3.5 games out.
Got the Phillies looking over their shoulder.
Second down and 12. Munson over the middle, and it's complete. It's Frank Lewis again, and Lewis slipped down as he got to the 47-yard line. The feet just went out from under him. Dungy is there to make the play for the Steelers.
I got traded a bunch of times, so I had a lot of opportunities to come back and beat my old team. Half the teams in the NFL are my old team, and this is nice for Frank Lewis. Ex-Steeler, right across the middle. Fine throw by Munson.
Frank's been injured often throughout his career. Now in his 8th season was a number 1 draft pick at Pittsburgh in 1971. Timeout with 1:10 remaining. And we'll be back with more NFL action here at Rich Stadium as it's 28-10 Pittsburgh. 70 seconds to play now as we come back to the action with the Bills 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line of the Steelers. Bill Munson came in here and looked very sharp.
Outstanding stats in a relief job.
Munson breaks it off to Miller. Miller down to the 40 and spun out of bounds right there.
Talk about Miller's quickness, but you see that big middle linebacker, number 58, Jack Lambert. He didn't get out quick. What an awesome player Mr. Lambert is, 58. Oh. A premier middle linebacker in the National Football League.
He's got to be in a better frame of mind. This time last year is involved in that holdout situation and everything. Second down, 3 at the 40.
Does he have a good frame of mind? I think he's mad all the time.
He plays. Munson steps up and throws, and it is incomplete. He was going for Dennis Johnson, the rookie, coming out of the backfield. Johnson's looked impressive in here. Played the wishbone at Mississippi State. Coverage there by Jack Ham, 59.
Tough on those wishbone running backs coming into the National Football League. A lot of times you don't know what they do in that pro set. Johnson, a nice find.
They're announcing some scores here, and we'll be bringing you up to date just a few moments on NFL 78. There are some startling things happening around the league on this opening Sunday of the 59th NFL season schedule. 3rd and 3. White jumped off. Penalty markers are down. Munson throws. Reuben Gant, the tight end, is inside the 30-yard line, brought down by Donnie Shell, the strong safety, number 31.
Bill Munson takes advantage of the no-chuck rule on the tight end, or the one-chuck rule. Gant wide open.
Referee Fred Silva. Refused. The defense offside, refused, and a first down. Chuck Knox, he was an assistant at Wake Forest, actually starting his coaching as an assistant coach in Tyrone, Pennsylvania. Then he went on to Elwood City. Started in the college ranks at Wake Forest. He's been around.
You know all that area.
I do.
That's your home. That's your home area.
Good country down there. First and 10 from the 29-yard line. Munson in trouble. He got it away to Miller. Miller breaks through at the 20. Spins away at the 15, the 10, the 5, down to the 3. A great job by Munson getting the ball away, and boy, did Miller do a job. Mike Wagner made the tackle. Gaines is shaken up a little bit for Pittsburgh.
We're talking to Chuck Knox. You got to get the ball to Terry Miller, number 40, in the open, and he did it. What a great throw by Munson. Now look at all those moves that youngster out of Oklahoma State's got. Oh!
Winford Gaines, number 36. Mambo Gaines shaken up on the play. Ralph Berlin, the trainer for the Steelers, out attending to him.
He's all right.
He's a third-year rookie, really.
Got 2 rookies on that corner.
He was out with a hamstring injury in 76 and injured with an ankle injury all of 77. So Mambo is finally getting a chance to play, and he said, gee whiz, don't take me out of here.
Steeler fans are going to watch that cornerback position over there. Got 2 youngsters playing, and that might be the weakest part of the Steeler defense.
Well, Ron Johnson, the rookie, was far and away the best rated college defensive back in the Plesto scouting system, which the Steelers use. And they went after it. 39 seconds remaining. Double tight end set for the Bills. Reuben Gant and Mike Frankowiak, 88 and 84 in there. Munson throwing, and he's got the touchdown to Reuben Gant.
Beat Jack Lambert on that play again. If Lambert could have chucked him 2 or 3 times, Jay, he wouldn't have gotten open. But he could only hit him once, and Gant slipped out. Munson hit him perfect.
Well, it's been a Big second half for the Bills. Munson now is 10 out of 16 for 171 yards.
Look at how open Gant is, away from Jack Lambert, the middle linebacker. A nice throw by Bill Munson, and that tight end is, again, as I said, going to be a force in the NFL this year.
Tom Dempsey will attempt the extra point. Chandler holding.
What a great second half for both clubs.
It is good. 36 seconds remaining to be played. And these Bills and Steelers have had quite a time of it. 28-17 Pittsburgh. It took the Bills a minute and 20 seconds to go 69 yards.
Comes that onside kick.
Onside kick. And everybody was set for it, and there's no problem for the Steelers. Coming up with it, number 72, Jerry Mullins, the 8-year man from USC. No, Mullins is a guy who's really coming into his prime.
And what a compliment to an offensive guard to put him up there in an onside kick situation. Say, Jerry, you've got good hands. You can play there.
Kolb, Davis, Webster, Mullins, Brown. Outstanding group up front there. 34 seconds remaining to be played. Saw Rudershan in the lineup. He's out on the wing right as they just going to have the quarterback do a dive. Bradshaw holding on and going down. Buffalo's going to take time out, and that will leave the Bills with 2.
That's probably what we'll see for the plays to end the game, Jay. Bradshaw taking the snap, just going down. Run that clock.
Next week, the Steelers and Seattle Seahawks. I'll be in St. Louis.
And you and I get back together for San Diego and Denver. That'll be great.
Don't forget, coming up, it's Denver and Oakland, the second half of our doubleheader. Bradshaw holding on again. Clock running down now to 20 seconds. Oakland and Denver. Can the Broncos do it again?
Oh, don't put me on the spot like that when those two get together. Oh, it's in Denver. They'll have the edge there, but the Raiders, remember, Broncos beat them 2 out of 3 last year.
And the Snake, he doesn't forget.
No.
Kenny Stabler. Well, it's coming to a close. This crowd of more than 64,000 enjoyed it here this afternoon. They saw quite a football game. The real difference was 14 points in the second period that Pittsburgh put on the board. That is the end of the game. The final score here at Rich Stadium in Orchard Park.
Super Bowl contenders, the Pittsburgh Steelers, host perhaps the most exciting offense of the National Football League today, the Seattle Seahawks of Jack Patera. I'm Sam Nover, and my colleague on today's broadcast is the former Denver Bronco wide receiver Mike Hafner, who, by the way, has become the resident expert on the Seahawks. You've done what, about a half a dozen of their games lately?
About a half dozen. I've followed their progress as an expansion team in the National Football League. They're exciting, Sam.
Yes, they are indeed. Oh, yeah. They beat San Diego up and down the field. They beat them to death last Sunday, but they couldn't win the ball game, losing 24-20. Steelers, meanwhile, a very impressive win in Buffalo, and you did that game, Mike.
I did, and Franco Harris controlled in the first half, and then Terry Bradshaw got that arm cranked up and hit Lynn Swann and John Stallworth a couple times, and that was the game.
There are some great matchups in this ball game, and we're going to be back in just a moment to examine those particular aspects of this game. I talked a moment ago about Seattle perhaps being the most exciting offense in the National Football League today. Mike, if they need a reason, it's probably a gentleman who wears number 10 who throws the ball and throws it off into number 80.
Maybe the young Fran Tarkington of the National Football League, number 10, Jim Zorn, last week against San Diego, threw for over 300 yards. His favorite wide receiver, number 80, Steve Largent, caught 6 for over 100 yards. Those two guys are going to be a factor today, and the Steelers are going to have to stop them.
One way that they're going to have to stop, obviously, is pass defense, and the